Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your November 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. As always, thank you for those of you who continue to like, share, subscribe, follow my channel. Your support and feedback and comments are very important to me and much appreciated. Keep them coming, and thank you so much. And to those of you who continue to keep me so busy in reaching out for personal one-on-one readings, and to my regular clients as well, thank you. It's always an honor and a pleasure to read for you. And if any of you are interested in any personal one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button, and that'll give you a little more information and detail on what I do and the services I offer and how to contact me. My email address is on there. It's Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also find me on the Instant Go app for those of you who are looking for just a quick answer to a short question, or you want just a very fast, quick read. The Instant Go app is great for same-day contact and answers for shorter, less complex questions and shorter readings. I do a wide variety of personal readings, both live and recorded, and I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So turnaround time for scheduled readings is usually pretty fast, anywhere from a few days upwards of 3 weeks, but almost always within a 1 to 3 week period of time, we can schedule a reading for you live or recorded. So if you're interested, send me an email. I would be delighted to work with you. So moving right along. Oh, and for those of you who have questions about the Instago app, I did post a video about it a week or so ago. It's on my homepage. You can take a look at that if you're curious. So moving right along, this reading is for Gemini for November 2017, the air sign of Gemini, Gemini the twins for November 2017. Let us see what is in store for our lovely complex Geminis for the month of November 2017. Okay, Gemini. We begin with the Three of Swords, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Swords, followed by the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, followed by the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Cups, followed by the Ten of Pentacles. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the Empress. Wow, Gemini, you have almost half your reading out of 9 cards, 4 of them are 10s. You have all 4 of the 10s here. So it looks like November is a month of some significant endings, culmination, achievement, something coming to an end and transitioning into something else. Some of you, it looks like for some of you it may be kind of challenging. And again, as I often do, I'm getting a variety of different stories. Now, these are general readings, which is always why we recommend that you check your rising and your moon sign as well, because, you know, this is not going to resonate the same for everybody in the same area of your life for the same degree and intensity. But as I always say, regardless of what area of your life it may resonate in, the energy fundamentally remains the same. But check your rising and your moon sign as well, because that can give you additional clarification, or they just may play out a little more predictively for you than if Gemini is your primary zodiac sign or your sun sign. So we begin, Gemini, with the Three of Swords, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. The Three of Swords is a card of emotional pain. Swords, the element which governs the suit of swords in the tarot, is air. So it's a lot of mental, cerebral energy, but it's about our belief systems and outlooks, how we look at things, and how it affects the way that we communicate in our words and our ideas. The Three of Swords is a card of emotional pain. It can be emotional pain that you're receiving or that you're feeling because of, you know, a person, a situation, a relationship. And sometimes, not as often, but sometimes it can also reflect pain that you may be causing or inflicting on somebody else, whether you know it or not. It is a card of emotional pain. It can sometimes be a card of heartache, of heartbreak. It can be a card of breakup. Some of you may have recently gone through a breakup because I'm pulling 2 cards for each week, time being somewhat fluid, and this is the very beginning of November. I am recording these at the end of October, so it could be that some of you may be experiencing some loss of some kind. I feel like for some of you, this is going to be, I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be relationship, although some of you, it may be in career as well. It may be a career coming to an end or a job coming to an end. Some of you, for relationship, this may be, I feel like the relationship is it could be the relationship of, a spouse, a mate, a boyfriend, girlfriend. Could be a child. I'm actually getting for some of you that a child is leaving the nest. It could be your only child or a last child leaving the nest, or a child that you're very connected to. And their actual leaving it's natural. It's part of the natural order of things, but there's a sense of pain, empty nest syndrome. For some of you, it's that. Because the Three of Swords is accompanied by the Nine of Pentacles. Here we have earth energy, which is the element which governs the suit of Pentacle. And so this energy often manifests itself in earthly or tangible ways, often in things we can see and touch and feel, like money, finances, hard work, effort, property, security, assets, things of that nature, or just the effort that we put into other things in other areas of our life. This is a card of independence, self-sufficiency, and self-empowerment. So again, I'm getting that for some of you, you have children leaving home. You may have a child or children moving away. It could be your own child or even grandchildren, but I'm getting that familial kind of connection. For some of you, we transition next into the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, so there may be an unexpected element of this for you. This may have happened rather quickly or suddenly or unexpectedly, or the depth of how it's affecting you may be taking you more by surprise than you anticipated. So again, somebody may be leaving or creating more distance in order to pursue their own, natural independence. It could be in relationships that there may have been in a romantic relationship or a spousal, that kind of sort of committed relationship. There could have been a recent breakup. Maybe the other person broke up with you, or you breaking up with them because they wanted to pursue a path that was more independent. And for those of you, although I feel it may be a smaller group of you, for whom the Three of Swords and walking your own path, it may be that you may be causing somebody else pain, or they may be feeling a sense of pain because of this path you've chosen to walk. Perhaps it takes you away from them, or it creates more distance. I mean, if it's absolutely something that you're doing that you feel is good and right for you, but you're still within the relationship boundaries itself, you may want to look at perhaps reaching out to them a little bit more, maybe being a little bit more nurturing to them, or finding ways to maybe minimize where their pain is coming from. For others of you, you may have decided to, again, it could be a breakup because the other person wanted to be on their own, or it could have been that you made a choice to choose a path of independence and self-sufficiency, which caused conflict or rift or separation within a significant relationship. For a few of you, because there's a strong theme of home and family in this as well, it could be that there's a loss of someone in your life. It could be that somebody, because I see a burden maybe around family or home, is coming to an end, or is drawing to an end. It could be that somebody's been ill for a while, or you've been caring for someone, or you may have lost them recently, or it looks like it's imminent. For those of you who may be going through that, because that is a part of life too, of course, my heart goes out to you and my deepest condolences as well. Because you have 4 tens here, and in the tarot, tens represent cycles coming to an end, things coming to an end, and it can also represent things coming full circle in a culmination achievement sort of way, like retirement, which represents perhaps a long chapter of your life closing. Some of you maybe are retiring, and some of you that may be an unexpected element too. It may have been maybe you were forced into early retirement, or the company you were working for downsized, or you were, given a choice and you were taking a retirement perhaps a little earlier than you anticipated or wanted to. It could have been the downsizing or loss of a job as well. Some of you, it could be an actual property issue. It does look like something that has some length of time and some history and some weight behind it. is coming to an end or coming to a sense of culmination where it's transitioning into something else. Again, however it plays out specifically in your life, energetically, the energy is that it's drawing to a close. A certain chapter is, a part of your life is over, a certain chapter is coming to a close, which always represents new beginnings after that. I mean, your overall energy is the Empress, which is beautiful. So for those of you for whom this may be a more painful or challenging time, I want you to remember that. And we're going to address the crowning card shortly. So next we have the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So another 10 here. Swords, more air energy. This is sometimes called the Stabbed in the Back card. It can represent a sense of betrayal, heartache, or something coming to an end in a very unexpected and perhaps difficult, challenging, or painful way. It is sitting right next to the Three of Swords. Again, for relationship breakups, it could have been something which took you or took the other person by surprise, something you weren't anticipating. Paired with the Eight of Pentacles, which is the work card, the worker bee card. It's a card of artisanship, but it's a card of working a lot, of putting in a lot of effort into something, whether it's an actual job. For some of you, this is going to resonate more for job, work, and career. It could be that perhaps you were fired or downsized suddenly, or a company went out of business, you weren't expecting it. Some of you may be retiring sooner than anticipated. Maybe you were kind of forced or had to make the decision to take early retirement for some reason. I'm getting that somebody is taking early retirement because their spouse is sick, and that's kind of a difficult process to be going through. Some of you, in terms of relationship, whether it's a relationship with your mate, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whether it's a familial connection, children or someone you're related to. Again, for a lot of you, it may be unexpected, or how strongly it's affecting you may be unexpected. It looks like a great deal of work went into whatever it is that's coming to an end. The beauty of tens, though, is that they represent a finality, whether it's a natural organic process like children leaving or children getting married. Some of you, you may have a child getting married or a family member getting married as well. That may be, and they may be leaving you, because of that. It may be a more natural process. Again, this could be a breakup or the ending of something else that was unexpected. It looks like a great deal of work and effort has gone into it as well. So next to that, we have the Four of Wands, followed by the Ten of Wands. So tens do represent a finality of something coming to an end or coming to a sense of closure and culmination to where you're transitioning into something else. But for those of you for whom the ending has been difficult and challenging or painful, it also does represent that the worst is now behind you, that it's not in front of you now, that it's actually behind you. Or if you're going through it right now, it's not still in front of you. It's not about to happen. Especially when you look at the Ten of Swords, because you can see that whatever put this man face down on the ground, there's a healing light now shining through this. Time to get up and start the healing process. The sun is rising in the background, a new day is dawning, and the animals are beginning to return to the scene. So even though it looks like it may have been challenging, unexpected, and perhaps somewhat painful, the worst is now behind you. So it's now time to move on into new things. So the Four of Wands and the Ten of Wands. The Four of Wands is actually one of the happy home. It's a celebratory card, and it can often point to a celebratory event like a wedding, an anniversary, a birthday. And it can also be the unexpected. We sometimes call it the happy surprise card, because often when the Four of Wands shows up, it represents that there's a surprise coming for you, something unexpected. And even though you know it's coming, it's still going to take you off guard. It's still going to be a surprise and rather unexpected, maybe at an unexpected time, at an unexpected place, or from an unexpected source, maybe at a party or a celebration of some kind. A very happy, lovely energy there. Now, it's paired with the Ten of Wands. Again, I'm getting two different types of stories, and it depends which Gemini, what's it, it kind of depends on what side of the story you're on. The Ten of Wands that accompanies it, so we have another, something coming full cycle, something coming to an end here, and this would be a burden of some kind. This can also represent, feeling overwhelmed, and I feel like it's, again, something which has been with you for a while. Now, again, for some of you, this is a relationship which is shifting and transforming. Some of you are either getting married, or you have someone close to you getting married, perhaps a child getting married. And even though there's a certain natural organic energy about this, meaning it's meant to be, if somebody's leaving the nest, or somebody's, there's movement, there's separation, maybe moving, there is a sense of maybe pain, poignant nostalgia. But it's happening at its proper time. And even for those of you who are experiencing loss of some kind, I do feel like underneath, things are coming to an end, or coming to a culmination point, because they're meant to. There's something else in front of you that you're going to be transitioning into. For some of you, perhaps where this has been a very challenging breakup or separation of some kind, it looks like this was something you put a lot of work or effort into. If it's somebody that you're caring for that you've lost or in the process of losing, again, I do feel this strong home and family connection, so it'll be interesting to see what the feedback is. I'm getting a variety of different stories. The energy is the same. There's a lot of things coming full circle, or this is recently happening, and this is kind of the emotional process that you're going through. Some of you, something may be happening mid-month, maybe in regards to a party or an event or a celebration that actually justifies everything that you're putting into it. And it could be some kind of, I think for a lot of you, I think for most, if not all of you, there is around the middle of the month or so going to be an unexpected energy, an unexpected something happening, which is really going to elevate and lift something for you in regards to home and family and friendship and your sense of community, and kind of remind you of the importance of those things as well. And it's going to actually lift up your spirits if you've been going through challenging times. We end with beautiful energy too. Two more tens, a combination of tens, the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So we just went through fire energy, which is the element which governs the suit of wands. So very exciting, enthusiastic, upbeat energy. And for some of you, there's a burden coming to an end, perhaps in work and effort and care that you've put into a relationship, be it romantic, family, friendship. And again, this can be work as well. It can be that you're perhaps retiring or making plans to retire. For some of you, it may be a little bit more challenging. A job or work, a career path has come to an abrupt end. You weren't expecting it. And it does represent the ending of something else. But I feel like there's an unexpected happy energy that you're going to be moving into. This Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups, I really like ending the month with this. The Ten of Cups represents the coming full circle of emotional energy, of happiness, contentment, fulfillment, harmony, peace. Again, a strong connection and theme with home and family. Cups is water energy, and it's about emotions, feelings, and relationships. The Ten of Cups is often referred to as the happily ever after card, or the happy home card. It represents, in that area of your life, home, family, love, marriage, blessing, children, in that area of your life, there's a sense of things finally coming together, or things coming full circle in a way that seems quite beautiful and proper. Again, for those of you for whom this is a more painful or challenging energy, again, it feels like it's coming to a close because it's meant to. Now, it's accompanied by the Ten of Pentacles, which again has a strong theme of home and family to it. It can represent family money, family business, family estate. For some of you, it could be an entrepreneur business or a family home or a family business, maybe selling it, or it's getting divvied up, or a family business maybe is ending or being sold. This represents a long, slow accumulation of something which has weight and history and meaning behind it, success and abundance, but something which is long lasting. It's taken a long time to fill, to build, and it's grown, like family business that you pass on to your kids and grandkids. So there's this sense of culmination at the end of the month of things. Well, there's a lot of that in here anyway, but I feel like it feels like maybe more challenging or emotionally difficult trying to come to terms with things in the first half of the month. But then the last half of the month, there's some unexpected blessings coming, maybe some perks, some surprises you weren't thinking of. And even though letting go of whatever this burden is, even if it's been a labor of love, there's benefits to that too as you continue to move forward and transition. When something is ending, it's always because there's an opportunity for something new to begin, which brings us back to the crowning card, your overall energy, which is the Empress. I'm going to actually pull one more, see what card is next for that. The Star, beautiful. The Star is a card of rest, restoration and healing. There's a strong theme of home and faith, of hope and faith in this, almost childlike hope and faith. Even if you can't see the next steps in front of you, it's about having faith that the path that you're on leads to joy and fulfillment, that the universe has you cradled safely in their hands, and that the journey you're on is exactly the one that you're meant to be on, and it does culminate in joy and happiness, hope and faith. It's a card I see often come up when someone's been through something difficult, kind of a sickness into healing, darkness into light, winter into spring kind of feeling. So stay strong, hope and faith. Whatever is happening, even if it's has been difficult to deal with, particularly in the first half of the month, if moments like that come up during November, Gemini, I want you to remember to focus on your overall energy and advice, which is hope and faith, staying grounded, trusting in the path that you're on, and new beginnings. The Empress is a card of fertility. It's a card that says the season is right, the time is right to sow, to plant new seeds, to sow something different. When the Emperor shows up, it's often a green light for the start of new things, beginning new things. It's not completion or the big growth cycle, but it's about the time being right to plant new seeds so that you can begin to grow something else. Definitely moving forward, whether it's work, career, and finances, in romance relationships, or in just transitioning from one part of your life to another. If a child's leaving the nest or somebody's getting married, again, it's time to look at what's next. It's time to start thinking about what your options and opportunities are, and to begin to plant the seeds to manifest that, particularly if from time to time during the month of November it seems like there's a lot of culmination or a lot of ending energy here, and that can be kind of challenging. So remember your crowning cards and overall energy, the Star and the Empress, and remember to take care of yourself and maybe spend some extra focus and intention on nurturing yourself, which is also what the Empress can represent. Self-nurturing energy. Be good to yourself. Maybe indulge in whatever makes you feel good, particularly on a physical level, walking on the beach, walking barefoot in the grass, maybe some physical activity, getting a massage, bubble bath, whatever does it for you. It's all about maybe paying a little bit more extra attention to just being good to yourself, to treating yourself a bit more kindly in a focused and intentional manner over this month. It's definitely time to start thinking about what lies next, what lies ahead. What do you want? What do you want to move into? And not get stuck and focused on any negative or challenging or painful emotional energy when it comes up. Allow it to pass and keep bringing yourself back to, okay, so what can I do next? What's out there for me next? And that'll keep you grounded. And again, I feel like you're getting divine intervention around the middle of the month too, in terms of some unexpected blessings and uplifting of energy here as well. And beautiful home and family connection energy too, particularly at the end of the month. So Gemini, that pretty much wraps up your November 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope it was of some use to those of you watching. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button, and get more information on scheduling a reading with me, live or recorded. Again, turnaround time is usually pretty quick on that, and I do a wide variety of readings, love and romance, career, work, and finance, 6 and 12-month overviews for general areas of your life or specific areas of your life, channeled messages, love compatibility chartings, and monthly package deals as well. So if you're interested, send me an email. I would be most happy to work with you. You can also find me on the Instant Go app for same-day answers for quick questions or quick decisions you may need to make, or something you want to touch base on, or just a really short read. And that information and contact information is also under the About button on my YouTube channel's homepage. You can email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the November mid-month readings. And until then, as always, Gemini, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.